All right. So as I was saying regarding the government system, so there were three parts, three different parts of the government system. Number one, the monarch. Number two, the Privy Council, and number three, the Parliament. All right, you must remember the monarch, the Privy Council, and the Parliament. So the
Monarch
monarch
is a
means
PB.
monarch, the Privy Council, and the Parliament. So the
সে পিবি
monarch,
কাউন্সিল থেকে এক্সপ্লেন
yes,
করবে
I will explain. At first,
মনার্ক পিবি কাউন্সিল
at first the monarch. So the monarch means main leader, okay, who runs or who controls the whole nation. The monarch was Queen Elizabeth. What was the Privy Council? The Privy Council actually was the group of the Queen's closest advisors. Advisory council. Privy Council, you can also call it advisory council. There were many advisors who used to advise, who used to advise Queen Elizabeth. Now the Parliament, third part, Parliament. Parliament had two sections or groups. One group was House of Lords. Group number one, House of Lords. And group number two, House of Commons. So if you just pay attention to the name, House of Lords, Lords, that means lords were nobles, noble people, high ranking officials, church officials, such as, for example, bishops. Okay, they were called lords, the upper class of the society. So the people of the upper class of the society, they were the members of the House of Lords. Okay, I told you Parliament had two groups. Group number one, House of Lords, and there were aristocratic or wealthy people, church officials. They were the members. Second group was House of Commons. If you just analyze the name, Commons, House of Commons. Common means common people. Okay, the common people were the parts of this group, House of Commons. So let's focus on something interesting now. Queen Elizabeth, she was a Protestant, and she was in danger actually, because the Catholics of that time, they wanted to murder murder Queen Elizabeth. And interestingly, Queen Elizabeth, she did not marry. She was a lifelong bachelor. She did not marry, and she did not, of course, have any children, any illegal children or illegitimate children. She did not have. She always loved her country, England, and she always used to tell the people, tell everyone that she actually had married her country. You can feel how patriotic she was. She loved her country. She was a patriot. So her country was her spouse. And I already mentioned sonnet, the poetic form sonnet. It developed during this age, and Edmund Spenser, he wrote many sonnets. So did William Shakespeare. William Shakespeare wrote 154 sonnets. So how did Queen Elizabeth die? We don't know, but she died in 1603. Okay. I hope this much is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is a very, brief summary about the Elizabethan age. So as you requested me, that's why I just thought I should share some information concerning this. Now, in the last class, I was in the middle of discussing the characteristics of Elizabethan poetry. All right. So, can you just remind me what was the last point that I discussed? Last feature?
So there was the reference of mythological characters, I think,
Mythology, right?
or aspects.
Mythology, yes, yes. I remember now. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. As I was saying, Naima asked a question a few minutes back. Why this age is called Renaissance age? Because the people, the writers, the poets, they came to know about the writings of the ancient Greece and Rome, and they started reading those books. They felt much interest. They were so happy to learn about the Greek and Roman philosophies, knowledge, wisdom, and so on. So, as the writers and poets, they also studied those books. They were inspired. They were inspired by Greek mythology, Roman mythology. So when they wrote poems, William Shakespeare, Edmund Spenser, when they wrote poems, when they wrote books, they actually used similes, metaphors, all right, taken from the Greek and Roman mythologies. Do you understand what I'm saying? For example, if I write a
Yes, sir.
if I write a poem now, if I write a poem about love, okay, about love, if I add the name of, for example, Aphrodite, or in Bangla we pronounce the name as Aphrodite. Okay, in my poem, if I add the name of Aphrodite, what does it mean? It means I am using a reference, the name of Aphrodite. Is it a normal name or mythical name? I have taken her from. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay, তাহলে
uh, the line was disconnected because of the poor connection of the Wi-Fi. Now I hope you
Sir,
can hear me.
sir, so I think you should start the video. I think it will be
Okay.
better.
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was it off? In the last few minutes?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
maybe I forgot. Anyway, so internet sometimes creates disturbances. So as I was saying that if I write a poem and if I add the name of Aphrodite, then what is it actually? I am taking a reference from where? From a common book or from Greek mythology?
From Greek mythology, sir.
Greek mythology. Similarly, the poets and writers during the Elizabethan age, they actually loved Greek and Roman mythologies, and they used Greek and Roman characters, the names of gods and goddesses as references in their writings. Next feature, next feature is during this age, the poems were about the nature of life. Okay, how is life? How is human life? The duality of man. The duality of man means, sometimes we are happy, sometimes we are sad. So sometimes we are well mannered, we behave well, our behavior is good, sometimes our behavior is bad. So there is a duality, oppositions, goodness, badness.